I've heard high. That's gibberish, right? That's how Kendrick stands gonna be when he performs the song live, if he ever does it live, you know? So I'm curious, Kendrick stands, when Kendrick does that part live, do you repeat the head flip? Do you do that shit too? I'm just clowning, man. That shit's garbage, by the way. At what point do you realize you're like, this is gibberish bullshit, okay? And I know somebody, you know, in the comment section was like, oh, well, Fresh 3 did it before. Reverse vocals have been a thing in hip-hop. You know, I'm surprised he didn't bring up Missy Elliott, because Missy Elliott famously did it on Work It, right? Missy Elliott did it. I was like, yeah, Missy Elliott did it and it was dope. You doing it and it's garbage. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's your point? Like, it's not because some legendary rapper did something, therefore if you do it, you're also legendary like them. That's the dumbest shit ever. You know what I'm saying? Legendary rapper can do one thing and it's cool. Whack rapper can do the same thing, right? Obviously not exactly the same because they're whack, but they try to imitate what legendary rapper did and it's trash. This is possible, right? Anyway, enough of this bullshit. You want to hear some real Black Power shit? I should really do a separate appreciation video for this song, but I fucking love this record, man. Let's go. Africa right here, baby. Shout out to all my peoples. Let's start track. This shit is fire. Come on. Hey, like, hey. Good stuff, life. This real black shit. Hey. Listen. And then it kicks in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you and LV Rebel. Listen, at the end of the day, man, if your shit ain't banging, the fuck you talking about? Tribe Called Quest were positive. Their shit banged. It was street, okay? I don't give a fuck. There's no excuse. I don't want to hear no sleepy shit, okay? No sleepy music from me, alright? We don't do sleepy around these parts. Keep it moving. Speaking of getting back to some real ass music, I fucking love this record. World Flush Kisses. Talking to a murderer. I'm in the streets with the burning tuck. Feds backyard just to get to us. Fucked you up, nigga. You ain't getting jumped. A lot of niggas out there is just front. Plus you on college trying to get lunch. With your bitch trying to get nuts. You can make her laugh. Trying to shoot your dick and I'm getting cash. Don't shoot in the house, I don't need a man. See that rock? Send everybody when the gun blasts. Dead man didn't talk. Niggas want beef, but they call pork. In the white chalk. While I sleep, I gotta keep a hawk. When the niggas want on my fork. That's hip hop, man. No loss, no loss. The aggression, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with your bitch and then the bitch lost. Hard. House just broke past 3 floors. If hip hop don't make you do that kind of shit, make you feel, then get your cable on. You know what I mean? It's ain't all. You ain't even flush buying out the fucking bar. If hip hop ain't doing that for you, ain't giving you that, you know what I mean? Because hip hop is it's rhythm, right? It's a syncopation of the flow, the beat. It's a syncopation, like the shit makes you move a certain way, makes your lips move a certain way. You start talking a certain way, you talking in rhythm, right? If this sleepy shit you listening to ain't doing that, you're probably not listening to hip hop, honestly. Lastly, I want to touch on this goofy ass nigga 6ix9ine, right?
Yeah, you wanna come
I'm all over the place right now. I'm just having a good time. This beat's dumb. Dumb. Of course, this is still the best thing Tekashi69 ever came out with. But I see Tekashi doing his predictable trolling, right? He's talking about King Von and all that shit. It's kind of funny. Look, Tekashi69 kind of has a sense of humor. He's a trash rapper, clearly. But, you know, he's trying to get his buzz up, as always, doing the same thing. But it made me think to myself, man, this is why rap is so disappointing. None of these new niggas really do anything exciting. They kind of do the same predictable shit, because at the end of the day, they're making music for their versions of the casual. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar, he's gonna come out with big, morale and the big step is garbage, whatever, right? It's very predictable. Like the marketing, the the scope write-ups, the publicists. Make sure to mention Pulitzer in there as though we give a fuck, right? It's all very predictable, right? Tekashi69 comes back out of hiding. He's talking about, yo, I got $1 million in my fucking hands right now. I got bad bitches. I'm gonna talk shit about somebody like King Von or whatever, get my buzz up. It's all very fucking predictable. And I miss the days when hip hop used to surprise me and shit, right? And that's kind of the point, right? A lot of this stuff ain't really surprising anymore. At least not to me. I don't know if it's to y'all, like you guys are maybe younger than me, but I'm not really... It's all so predictable. And I miss the days when rap artists used to do shit that was like just some real fucking cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about that Takeover video, right? That Jay video is a perfect fucking example. Nobody had any idea that Jay was gonna go out Mobb Deep. Okay? And he didn't just like kind of go at them. He went at them hard, like out of nowhere almost. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's a pleasant surprise. People do shit in hip hop that you're like, yo, we used to have those. Even just making certain songs, right? Like I remember when AZ The Come Up came out. And it was just such a like breath of fresh air. I was like, oh my God, this is fucking incredible. Out of nowhere, the song's incredible. You know what I'm saying? It's just speaking on some real shit. And especially at that time. Like, those pleasant surprises that are music related. Now it's all trolling and gimmicks, and it's not even like shit that you can't predict. It's all very predictable for that type of fan base, and that's the problem. That's one of the problems anyways. Obviously, it all boils down to the music being garbage, but that's what I'm trying to say, man. I'm just not with it. I'm from a different era, man. You know what I mean? Age has something to do with it, I guess, in this regard, but even if the age aside, man, if I was younger and I looked at this shit and I looked at what Jay and Nas were doing in their prime and Mob and all that stuff, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck is my generation up to, man? You know what I'm saying? I would be disappointed. Real talk. I really would be. Because to me, I'm like, I want to be, like, if I was a new rapper, I want to be in the conversation with the greats. For real. Not like, you know, pandering. Not like, oh, okay, little nigga, you can come and play with us, you know what I'm saying, for a second, you know what I'm saying, get your clout up. Not like that. That's disrespectful. It's you know what I'm saying? It's sunning. Right? Like, I want to be like, nah, like, I'm really that guy. Like, I'm really making some classic shit that's really going to be hot, whether you realize it or not. And I'm going to be mentioned in that conversation. Not Pulitzer, not because the old heads like my shit, but because my shit's dope. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you're going to realize, like I said with Rocky, you know what I mean? Like, you're eventually going to catch up, if you catch up. But that's what I'm saying. You can't, you know, respect is earned, man. It's not given. And at some point, y'all going to learn that shit. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how many write-ups you get in the Rolling Stone or whatever, man. Respect is given and it's not fucking earned. Or I should say the opposite. It's earned and it's not fucking given. You know what I'm saying? Rolling Stone, people look at how the way people talk about Kanye. People talk about Kanye like he's a fucking, you know, crazy cornball. You know what I'm saying? For years, decades, people were slurping at the nuts of Kanye, right? All the bloggers, the fucking Rolling Stone write-ups and the indie mags and all that kind of shit, right? They don't respect him anyway. You know, they just do that shit because, you know, he made music that's casual for them and all that stuff. And then when it comes to Kanye making an ass of himself and doing all that shit, then it's funny, whatever. You can't fucking give respect, man. Respect is earned. You know what I mean? And the rappers that people respect to this fucking day, they earn their fucking respect. For, you know, for real. Look at Jay. Look at how Jay rocked that Summer Jam shit. That's what I'm talking about. That's the real respect that Jay has. I've tried to tell y'all before. Because that's when Jay had a chokehold on the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Like, that Volume 2, Volume 3, you know, into Blueprint era. It was just like, holy shit. That's how you get the respect, by the music, by your craft, by really coming out with shit. And, you know, if you can be consistent with it, like Jay was consistent with it at one point. You know what I mean? Not this fucking like, oh, you know, Dr. Dre likes me, so therefore I'm a legend. We're all legendary, right? Another time.